Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to talk about the single most important mindset in product management. It's all about learning to solve problems right from the ground up. Honestly, it's a skill that can totally change how you see, well, pretty much everything. All right, let's jump right in.
So, to get us started, I've got a question for you. It's kind of like a puzzle, really, and it gets right to the heart of this whole idea. It's about some of the biggest, smartest companies on the planet.
I mean, really think about it. Why on earth would a company like Google or a massive group like Tata, who are packed with some of the brightest people in the world, pay a fortune to bring in a bunch of outsiders? It doesn't really make sense at first glance, does it?
Exactly. These companies have teams who have lived and breathed their own products for years. They've got more data, more history, and more context than any consultant could ever hope for. So what's the secret sauce? What are these consultants bringing to the table that's worth millions of dollars?
Well, the secret, it isn't some super complex financial model or a hidden piece of data. Nope. The secret is a perspective. It's all about learning how to think like an outsider.
And this kind of breaks it all down. See, internal teams have this deep, incredibly valuable domain knowledge. But, and this is a big but, they can also get stuck in organizational bias. You know, that whole, this is how we've always done it mindset. Consultants, though, they walk in with a completely fresh perspective. They don't have all those built-in assumptions, which means they can apply structured, first principles thinking to whatever the problem is.
And this is where it all clicks. This powerful combination, the fresh, unbiased view of an outsider, but with the deep knowledge of an insider, that is exactly the mindset of a great product manager.
Okay, so if that's the mindset we're aiming for, what does that actually mean for the job itself? Let's get really clear on what a product manager's real job is. Here's the most crucial point. Your job isn't just about building features or managing a schedule. Your real fundamental role is to be a structured problem solver. It's about finding out what's truly broken, proving that it's a real issue for your customers, and then guiding your team to solve it in the absolute best way possible. Now, I know that might sound a little intimidating, but the good news is that this mindset, it's built on a set of skills that you can actually learn. So let me show you the roadmap to get there.
And it's so important you see it this way. The skills we're about to go over, they aren't some kind of filter to see if you qualify to be a PM. Not at all. Think of them as a roadmap for your learning journey. You don't have to be a master at all of them on day one.
So here's the roadmap. It all starts with number 1, first principles thinking. That's the analytical core we're about to practice. Next, you need communication skills, which are just crucial for getting everyone on the same page. After that, a love for writing, because clear documents are your best defense against confusion. To stay sharp, you've got to be well-read, always curious, always learning. And finally, you need to understand the tech basics, so you can speak the same language as your engineers and build that all-important credibility.
Okay, enough theory. You know, the best way to really understand first principles thinking is to just do it. So let's work through a quick real-world exercise together. All right, picture this. You come home and your partner says, "Our cook is so inconsistent, she didn't show up again today. We need to find a new one." Now, the immediate, obvious solution is right there in the sentence. Change the cook. And let's be honest, most of us would probably stop right there. But a product manager, they don't jump to that first solution. They hit the pause button, and they ask a really critical question. What is the real problem we're trying to solve here? Is the cook the actual problem, or just a symptom of something else entirely? And this is where the deconstruction begins. You start asking, why? Why is she inconsistent? Is her commute too difficult? You know, is it a travel issue? Maybe the salary is too low, and she's taking other jobs to make ends meet. Could there be health problems? Maybe the work schedule just isn't working for her family. You have to break the situation down instead of just reacting.
And that right there, that's the difference. Most people are busy solving symptoms. Sure, finding a new cook might work for a month or two, but if the real underlying issue is that the salary is too low for your area, you're going to be having this exact same conversation again very soon. A PM's job is to dig and dig until they hit that core problem.
So let's bring all of this back to you. Because this way of thinking, it isn't just for building software or managing products. It's a tool, a superpower really, that you can apply absolutely anywhere.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What's a problem in your work, or even just in your life, where everyone has jumped to an obvious solution? What might you discover if you just stopped, took a breath, and started asking why?